So in terms of the program, so we are looking at it from kind of a multifaceted approach. So one, there'll be a focus in terms of what we've just launched, which is the AI Skills Navigator. We'll be focusing a lot on direct-to-learner training. I think one of the limitations in terms of being able to drive skilling at scale is being able to, one, how do you assess people's current skill set? How do you ensure that they know what to learn and where to get that content from? So what the AI Skills Navigator does is help you to be able to navigate that and be able to be recommended what are the learning pathways you should take. So I think that is our kind of broad-based approach in terms of as long as you have a phone, connectivity, you can be able to access it today, right? So there's no necessarily any additional thing that you need to do other than connect to online, log in, and start getting trained. The other bit will be in terms of working with partners. So I think that's why I mentioned a couple of those partners that I mentioned during the presentation. So UNDP, for example, will be focusing on targeting government employees. So we're targeting to train 300,000 employees in the next 3 years, focusing on digital and AI, and really going into the details of from fluency all the way to deep technical training. And we are already working with government to identify what those institutions will be, what will they be training on by role, by sector, so that to make sure that it's relevant for them. Also working with the Ministry of ICT to really drive that scale. And so they already have the target of 20 million as part of their Digital Masterplan. So how do we work with them to achieve that goal? So really leveraging the AI Skills Navigator as one platform, but also they already have a couple of programs like Ajira, the Smart Academy, the Jitume program. And so how do we leverage those programs already that exist to be able to accelerate the skilling program? The other bit is in terms of educational institutions. I think we already have a few universities that are represented there, and the idea is to be able to really deepen our engagement, especially at the university. We're already churning out, I think, is it 1 million students every year from the university? How do you ensure that you can be able to ensure that they are already coming up with the right skill set by the time they are leaving the university? So ensuring that, one, we can work on the faculty skilling, so ensuring that the faculties have the right skill set to be able to integrate the technologies in the classroom, but also the students themselves, how do they access these technologies and test them out? We're also driving a lot of innovation within universities, like with JQuat, we'll be working on an innovation hub. They're just about to launch one. And then also in terms of research, as I mentioned, is a fundamental part of AI, so ensuring that we can be able to help in terms of digitization and acceleration of research using, by helping them in terms of research catalytic programs. And then from an industry perspective, we're partnering with KEPSA, looking to see how we can, one, they already have over 1 million organizations under the alliance. So how do we work with them to be able to, one, raise awareness around AI? So already they have made the major workforce within Kenya already sits under the KEPSA alliance. So how do we ensure that we can use that, leverage that platform to be able to drive the skilling at scale and empower the leaders to be able to make decisions around how they adopt those technologies within their businesses, but also in terms of how do we start connecting the innovation within, for example, in universities into the industry. So really ensuring how we can start connecting young people to jobs as well. I think they already have a lot of programs around connecting young people to jobs. We've been doing a lot of work with them already in terms of what are the skill sets that are needed in the industry and how do we match that up with the opportunities that are in the market and making sure that we can match that demand. Kenya is well positioned from already we are driving a lot of transformation. You're already the Silicon Savannah of Africa from a technology perspective. And so a lot of startups are already looking to be able to be equipped with this particular skill set. Young people already, we are positioned as well. The median age of Kenya is 19. They will be moving into the workforce in the next couple of years. How do you make sure that they are well positioned in the not only just Kenya, but the global economy when it comes to the skill set that they can be able to have so that they can access better opportunities in the market. As you saw in the presentation, a lot of the employers are already asking for this skill set. So it's not something that we are even just, kind of pushing. It's something that is already being demanded and being asked for by employers. The employers will ask for or look for an employee who already have the AI skill set compared to one who doesn't, because potentially they provide an edge in terms of potentially saving costs, being able to do a bit more, and ensuring that they can bring a bit more creativity into the organization. So I think it's a competitiveness conversation. And so how do we think about how do we position our youth. How do we position our country in terms of being that competitive, but also how we drive, because when people learn the skill, they can start thinking about what are the opportunities in terms of innovation, what are the kind of new products or services we can start building, and so really ensuring that we can continue that transformation within the country. I think the opportunity is that, as there are like very low, like if you think about what we were driving a lot in terms of ensuring that young people can be employed on this kind of annotation types of jobs or content writing type of jobs. I think now what we've seen and what has been quite interesting to see is a lot of these young people have already taken these courses on generative AI and seeing how they can apply that in, for example, I'm a virtual assistant or I'm a business analyst or a project manager. How can I be able to use this skill set to position myself better? And they're already seeing them being able to access better opportunities online. So I think there is opportunity in terms of thinking about, it's not a replacement, it's more thinking about how do we upskill them so that they can even actually access better opportunities than these low-paying jobs that they were getting through AI.